I love sending Kym pictures because she gets irritated. Whatever irritates Kym, I like to do.
Funny mamas.
So,
Two funny mamas. What's with the grin?
Well, hello. Can I tell you something? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Two Funny Mamas. I am Sherri Shepherd, sans one of my funny mamas. And if anybody went to Kym Whitley's live, they would have saw that there was no way she'd make our podcast in time because she was on her way. Only our friend Chris Denman, who is the producer of the Two Funny Mamas podcast. Lexi is down here eating, drinking water. But only our friend would schedule a something at the same time she's supposed to be doing the podcast.
That's an interesting point, Sherri Shepherd. As you grasp on to 51% of ownership of Two Funny Mamas podcast, we worked on this. Kym, if you didn't see it, if you didn't see the hostage video that Kym sent in last week, Kym has been sporadically on in the background for the last couple months at this point, right? She said last week she had a minor surgery, not mine and Sherri's business to share, so Kym put that out. She also got hired on the Upshaws, so she's a working actress. Yeah. She's a mom. She's got a kid running around. It's been crazy. Sherri picked up the slack, jumped in. Coca Brown, all kinds of other great co-hosts and black businesses filled in. So no gap in Kym's absence. Sherri Shepherd does a talk show every day. Gap. And we still came out here and gave a free show.
And gave a free show to my son. Hi, Jeffrey.
And there it is. Welcome to the show. Sherri's on the, I don't know if she wants, is she muted? Okay, cool. I think she's back. So either way, Kym will be on tonight. We also have two guests.
Will be on tonight. Hey, Jeffrey.
Okay, mute her. We don't want to interrupt that. So Kym will be on shortly. Kym scheduled this. We put a video out. We let everybody know she's going to be coming. It happens. So we love Kym. She'll be on here shortly. Sherrell Anderson, Amazing Culture Fedora. I don't know if you all remember her, but she's got an amazing business where she makes fedoras. Custom, all that stuff. She was on the Wendy Show when Kym and Finesse hosted it. If you remember, she's been on here before too. Also, in addition to that, Alyson Fouse. Huge day for Kym. Huge day for Alyson. Why, you ask? Pop up one of those graphics. Act Your Age on Netflix today. First season. You all need to go out and watch it. And if you cause enough of a ruckus, if you tag Netflix on everything, I'll bet they'll offer a season 2, and it will actually be on Netflix. So we'll hear from Alyson Fouse. Kym will be on. It's going to be a great show.
I thought it was 2 seasons. I thought they did a season 2.
Well, there you have it. We'll find out from Alyson Fouse. We'll hear it straight from her. No, it was one of those things. I'm actually really interested to hear you talk to her, Sherri, because it was, by all accounts, successful. It was the most successful comedy that Bounce TV had ever had, ratings-wise. And it was a weird thing. I loved that Showtime show, The Rise of the Lakers on HBO. I talked to one of the writers.
And it got canceled.
It got canceled, and their numbers were down. But the strike, you can't market. You can't do all that stuff. And in addition to those kind of things, Act Your Age, Alyson can tell us, Kym can tell us the business behind it. Sometimes things just go, we're moving on. There's no reason, even if it's successful.
With the strike that happened, it really affected the bottom line of a lot of streamers. Well, not so much streamers. They had so much stuff in archives, but networks, and they're trying to recoup money. Normally networks will pick up 20 pilots for the fall. And out of 20, they'll pick up 5 or 6 shows to air in the fall. One of the major networks, I think it's CBS, picked up 1 show. And they only picked up, it's like, so they picked up 1 pilot versus 20. And it was 1 show. They turned down a bunch. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Even if shows were doing well, Bounce TV, and I'm sure Alyson could probably speak to this and correct me, but Bounce TV, you also got to figure you had a show that had 3 big names.
Yeah.
Yvette Nicole Brown, Tisha Campbell Martin or Tisha Campbell, Kym Whitley. Those are three very big names. So that's what's called top heavy. The budget is top heavy. They named it after Kim's breasts.
Okay, there it is. You said it.
But when you have three big names, it means you got to pay three big names, three big checks.
Yeah.
So sometimes the stars can take over the budget, but Alyson might correct me. A lot of times that is what happens as well. And you got a network who's like, our bottom line, is too many stars because it's too much money to pay out to the actresses. But that is what happens a lot. And I'm not saying it happened on Act Your Age, but I do know there's three big stars.
Right.
So Netflix, you go to a Netflix, geez, they're dripping in money. Netflix got so much money. So you get much more exposure on a Netflix, which is great. So if people are watching it and they like become the top trending, that's what you're trying to get it to. You're trying to get that show to be like #1 trend on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Then, this when meetings start and people go, oh, there's interest. Suits. Prime example, Suits. Suits was a show that nobody watched. Nobody watched Suits.
Right.
Even before Meghan Markle married to Harry Connick. Harry Connick. Prince Harry. All them Harrys be looking alike. The trombone, saxophone, scepter. They all look alike. But
Truman.
Suits, because of the strike, or was it COVID, Chris, with Suits? Was it the strike?
So it was a strike, I believe, that there was Suits because there wasn't anything new. I mean, I had never.
No original programming. Mm-hmm. And so everybody started watching Suits, and it became the #1 show trending across the world. And and the actors didn't make any money off of that because it was trending around the world, because you don't get those residuals on streamers the way you do on the network TV. But they decided to bring Suits back, and we'll see how it does if people are like into it. They watched it because there was nothing, to watch. So that's what we're trying to get for Act Your Age. Alyson Fouse will be on later to talk to us. She's the creator of Act Your Age, and it's a funny show. And those of you who, is this live or we taped?
Oh, we're live.
Right?
And you know what? I'll prove it to you. #1 Vanessa says, I watched Suits before Meghan got with Harry. So #1 Vanessa is a day oneer. Amanda T. Fair is tuned in and watching. Thank you, Amanda. Thanks for watching. MM says Meghan was good on Suits. Whitney Fan 90 says one of my favorite shows is ending next year. The Connors, thinking the cast got too expensive. By the way, John Goodman from St. Louis, that guy's on 2 extremely successful shows and still does movies. How?
He said he still does not do movies?
No, I think he does. I think he's still in movies if they're a fit, but he's in The Righteous Gemstones, which is on Max, and then he's on that network show, The Connors. What a
when I
machine.
tell you, I love The Righteous Gemstones so doggone much.
My favorite show.
It's that stand-up comic. What is his name? He created that show.
Well,
he also...
Oh, go ahead.
Name? He's so good.
It's Danny.
Danny, what's his last name? Danny,
Eastbound and Down. Oh my, he's literally my favorite. McBride.
He had a show
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride. He had a show that I did not get to audition for, but they sent me the script, and they were in a school. Like it was like an Abbott Elementary.
Vice principals and Edie, who's in it, and Walton Goggins, and oh my
God, Walt Goggins is great, and so it was like Abbott Elementary on HBO. And I loved the script, and I did not get to audition for it. A different Black woman got it. I don't remember her name, but it was so good. And now he's got The Righteous Gemstones, which is so good. But yeah, when the stars, like with the Connors, you got 5 stars. They all get a lot of money, so that can take up a lot of the budget.
Kimberly Abair Gregory is who you were thinking of.
Kimberly Gregory, she is good. I'm not even hating on her. She was great. That was her role, not mine. It was hers. Yeah.
Would you, real quick, since we're on that, and that is literally like my favorite show of the last I don't know how long, would you lean into a religious show because they're taking a stat, like they're really going after the, the hypocrisy and stuff of like basically mega churches is what it is, and just how insane and ridiculous. But it's also a stupid slapstick comedy at times and whatever else. Do you think you would relish a role like that? Would you kind of feel like you were getting one back on the old
pastors over there at the church? I absolutely would, because I think it's got to be written well. And I love Righteous Gemstones because it does take aim at these mega church pastors and how crazy they can be and how egomaniacs, narcissists they can be.
Manipulative.
And it's so funny.
Yeah.
You know what I thought? It's so funny because somebody sent me a video of, because I used to be a Jehovah's Witness.
Yep.
And we would go out. It's called going out in field service, where we knock on the doors and we have our watchtower and awake, and we would really talk to you about scriptures. And they sent me a video of 2 Jehovah's Witnesses, 2 older Black ladies, and they're just standing there waiting. They're in the ring, and they're just standing there waiting. And then the Black lady is singing through the ring. The story goes, Jesus rose in 3 days. That's the way the story goes. Hallelujah. And they're just standing there like, what the heck? And they walk away slowly. And it was so funny. And I wrote in the comments, them Jehovah's Witnesses wasn't like me. I'd have waited till your behind opened up the door. And I'd have hit you with so many daggone scriptures. You'd have been like, I'm coming to the Kingdom Hall next Sunday. I was undebatable on scripture. So, I was thinking I would love to do something being in like a religion where you did go knock on the door, and the dichotomy between that and then like your secret life.
Yeah.
I think it would be funny. Of course, I wouldn't have it. None of my friends who are still Jehovah's Witnesses would be friends with me. So,
well, and that's the thing too. It's tough. It's a tough line to walk, because it's like, the good folks that go to church don't act like that, so they shouldn't take offense. But sometimes it's a all or nothing kind of thing. A quick hello to some people in the live chat, and I've got a surprise for you, Sherri. Makila John says, my favorite show. Sean Allen says, where's Kym? Kym is going to be on tonight. Kym's finishing up a project. She had to film a quick thing with the great Chris Spencer. She is jumping on. But right now, Sherri, have a little bit of a surprise.
It better be Kym Whitley.
Well, she'll be here eventually. But how about
it better be?
How about a Black business that's brought to you by Miracle Buttercream that was suggested by Kym Whitley, who has not joined us just yet. Sherrell Anderson from Amazing Culture Fedora. Check it out, Sherri. She's got all the hats, all the style. Great person. Has been on here before. You weren't with us, I believe, the first time you saw her on, I believe it was the Wendy Show, whenever Kym and Finesse were co-hosting. We'll bring on Sherrell Anderson right now, and you can follow her.
Sherrell, she featured her fedoras when she and Finesse Mitchell were co-hosting, filling in for Wendy Williams, right?
That is correct. I think she's on.
Nice. Sherrell.
I am.
Hi, Sherrell. How are you?
I am amazing. So great to meet you.
It's wonderful meeting you, and we apologize for our tardiness. Thank you so much for being patient.
No problem whatsoever. You look amazing.
Thank you very much. If Kym, long story, I was about to go to bed. Shut up. But I'm so glad to meet you. And I remember when Kym was on filling in for Wendy, she was showcasing your fedoras. By the way, you're wearing one of your fedoras, and I like it. Oh, so are these custom made?
Absolutely. Fully custom made, all hands, no stencils, just me.
Hey, before you get too deep, Sherri, because I know you got a lot to talk to Sherrell about. Huge thanks to Miracle Buttercream for making this possible. We bring on small businesses and support Black businesses every single week. Thanks to Cedar Lewis and Miracle Buttercream, an amazing product in itself. Check out miraclebuttercream.com. Make that happen. Sherrell, I know you've got a great story. We've got some photos, Sherri, all kinds of good stuff. I'm going to let you two chat a little bit, and Sherri's going to go deep, I'm sure, but you can tell your story and kind of get things going. But thank you so much for joining, Sherrell.
No, thank you all for having me. I really appreciate it.
Now, with your fedoras, these are all handmade, custom made. So no two are alike.
No two are alike in the sense of they're not all one of ones. I do custom work where someone says, listen, this is my business logo, this is my sorority, my fraternity, this is what I want. And no one else gets that. But the one I have on here is called Majestic. I will
Ooh.
recreate this one, but because it's my hands, there's always going to be a uniqueness about each and every one of them. So I will recreate each one per order, but
I
every
love
one
how
of them,
you
like,
said. Well, I love how you said you because I create with my hands, everything gonna be different. So if I order that hat, am I gonna get the design with the tired hands because you was up till 1 a.m?
actually, I can be up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm really inspired. But no, I don't even come into my studio if I'm tired. I only come in my studio when my energy is right, when I'm fully awake, when everything is aligned. I do not step foot in here if I'm having a bad day because we're human. We all have some of those days. So it's only good energy, and I infuse one of them with good energy and my custom line.
Ooh,
Each one of them
I
has my
love.
custom lining in there. So I infused a bunch of love in it too. So you always going to feel
Oh,
good when you're an amazing culture fedora.
I see the love in there, and I love the lining. Before we get started, because I want you to tell me about this fedora. What is your
Mhm.
website for folks to go if they would like to purchase a custom designed, or even they're all, even if you have more than one, they're still custom made fedora.
Right.
So
Exactly.
what's your
And
website?
the website is amazingculture.com, and it's spelled the same way it's said. Amazing. AHMAZING culture.com.
And is that culture with the C or with the K?
Culture with the C.
Okay, well, because Cardi
Amazing.
B's daughter's culture. Cardi B
Yeah.
daughter's, and it's with a K. So you looked at me like you don't know how to spell culture, Sherri. That's the only reason I was. But it's
and
beautiful.
and
Okay, so
thank you. I was gonna say a lot of people
A.
say couture, but it's culture, amazing culture, because it's our culture to be really, like fashionistas. We sit around, we have a drink, a cigar, maybe, or just a nice conversation, networking, and within our culture, it's a lifestyle for us, and our fedoras are
You
doing
know,
each and every.
I have to tell you, Sherrell, I love the fedora that you're wearing now because I'm really not a hat wearer because I love my hair when I put on the wigs or a ponytail,
Mhm.
but looking at you in the fedora, it just gives it a different look. It gives it like it's more interesting than just hair. It's it's
Right.
it's a energy that you have, and it's a chicness that you have that I love. Like you have your goddess locks, but it's set off even more distinctly with your fedora.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that because that's what the intention is to complete the full look. We love our hair. I recently started growing my hair back because when I was on a couple of years ago, I was bleached blonde, shaved, couldn't pick my hair up, and I still wore my fedora. So no matter what the hair is like, and I always say fedoras are not for bad hair days. It's a lifestyle. So I love the fact that you see that because that is one of the things I want people to know that even if you have an amazing head of hair and you just got your hair, done, you just left the salon to put on a fedora because it's not going to mess up your hair. It's just going to add to that sexiness to it.
Wow, because it does. You walk into a room, I'm picturing you walking into a room, and it's so chic and sophisticated. So tell me about this fedora right here. Is it a denim? I can't really, because my computer's all wanky. Is it a not felt, excuse me, like a velveteen or satin, or is it denim? Tell me about it.
I'm glad you asked that question because a lot of my hats start off white and I
Okay.
create the color. So if I'm feeling a pink, if I'm feeling a denim, So I created this color because I wanted it to feel more of a denim look. So this is actually Australian wool, and I created the
Oh,
color look denim blue.
oh, so it is. Okay, I was right. So it's kind of a denim blue. So you hand dye it as well.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm ordering that one. What's the name of this one called?
Majestic.
Majestic. Okay, now
Yeah.
show me some of the other fedoras and tell what's the story behind Majestic. Oh, this
So
one's pretty too. You're just showing
oh
one right
yeah,
now. That was beautiful.
that's a cowboy fedora right there. And let me just say this: I've been doing cowboys for a long time because I love I love a good line dance. I love to put on my
Yes.
cowboy boots and feel good. That one I don't have in stock because it's sold, and that's what happens a lot of times. I can create it and they'll sell, but I'm going to show you another
Take this. Oh,
cowboy.
Leah, show me some more. Ooh, ooh. Oh,
Mhm.
cute.
And again, all of them are lined
Look at
with
the
my custom liner because
look
I
at
want
the
to protect the hair
lining.
too. I want to protect
So
the
it's
hair
like
too.
the satin. It's a satin lining in it.
Satin lining, yes.
Oh, satin is good for
So
the
your hair is
hair.
protected.
It protects the hair to prevent breakage. So this is great because a lot of fedoras. Oh, look at this green one. Girl,
Hmm.
Chris not even letting me talk. This green one is so fly. Will you stop it, Chris? It's too much. I'm getting overwhelmed.
Heard that
I
a few
want to
I
say
have a
times.
before
lot.
you even look at this one. This is beautiful. The fedoras that I have gotten, because they're like felt inside, it's just like from my own hair, I'm always like, oh, it's gonna break off. But I love that you have
Yeah,
this beautiful hand painted satin lining inside, so it helps prevent breakage on our
yeah.
hair. This is great. Now keep showing them.
Okay.
This black one is so hot. This is sexy. The black is what you have on right now. Oh,
Yeah.
Chris, take that picture away. Swipe. Put that one on. Put who is she? Woo! Wait, who is
It's
the
all
black
about
one?
the detail.
What's the
It's all
black
about
one's
the
name?
detail. Can I just say this? I have over 300 designs, and I don't remember every one of the names.
Girl, I can't even breathe. These fedoras are amazing. Because I just
Thank
want to
you, but
know
I'm gonna have one for you.
if somebody wants to order, are all of the ones that you putting on, are they on your website? You better quit.
Yeah.
Also, if you go check out Amazing Culture Fedora on Instagram, you can pop that up, Deja. It's a
Mhm.
long Instagram handle, but it's very noticeable. You can check them out. Lots of good photos, and we have some videos and stuff like that too. But down there at the bottom, at Amazing Culture Fedora on Instagram, you can follow Sherrell.
Oh yes. Okay, pop that off at Ahmazing. Ah with a ha. I can't breathe.
You're
AH.
amazing.
Amazing culture fedora. These are so, you know what? These are so much better than just the regular fedoras because you got personality in each fedora. Look at that
Yeah.
lining. I love it, the satin lining to help prevent the hair breakage. But you walk in and it makes a statement. It doesn't overpower you, but it does make
Mhm.
a sexy statement. Now that you got me ordering 3 of them, and I was only going to get 1. Now I'm getting 3. Okay, you take American Express, yes?
I take everything.
Okay, I love it. There's like just, is this the one you just put on, Majestic? No, this is
No,
different.
this is different.
You got feathers in there. You got leather bands around the rim. Really, this one is a bigger brim. It looks like. Tell me about your business. How did you start it in fedoras?
So the funny thing about fedoras is that I just found out that my great grandfather was a fedora wearer. I mean, I just found a black and white picture of him. So I think it's kind of in my blood, but I didn't know that until a few years ago, or maybe about 10 years ago. I've been wearing them for a while, but I've been an artist since I was a little girl. And this is my canvas. So
What?
I was asked to add my name to someone else's collection about 3.5 years ago. And that didn't
Okay.
work out immediately. That didn't work out. And so God told me, I told you you had everything you needed and you didn't need anybody else. So he shut that down. Oh, it goes
Ooh,
deep. He shut it
that's
down
so.
immediately. And
It's so
and
funny.
amazing
You
things
have
came out.
everything you need. I love it because you said
Hmm.
I. God told me I had everything I need to do this. That's so
Yeah.
deep. So keep going. So you then went into business for yourself. Is
Yes.
that
I went into business
Marco
for my
from when he
Yes.
was on the
That
Kym
was at the
Whitley show?
uh-huh. That was at the show. Yeah.
That is so great, Marco. Who now he stayed on at the Sherri show, and I love that you can have a man wear the fedora as well, and it's still so it's a
Yes.
unisex.
Yes,
Who is
absolutely.
this with the blue fedora on?
So he's a musician. He is in the rec band. He's the guitarist in the rec band here in Atlanta. And he bought that off my head, which
Well, I want
happens
to buy
quite
the
often.
first. I want to buy the first one that you had on. I'm gonna buy that one off your head too. So I understand it because you know what
So
your pieces they and I think your pieces are like art. People say, "How do
mhm,
I know what kind of art to buy?" Oh, look at this lady right here. Oh my goodness. When you see a piece of artwork that hits you, that touches you, then it's calling to you. And like that first one that you had on, the denim look was calling my name. It literally.
yeah.
So it spoke to me. Your fedoras are literally art, and they're so beautiful.
Thank you so
Um,
very much. And it is art. This is the artistic ability that God has blessed me with is so profound that I don't even sometimes I'm like, wow, I did that. And it's like he'll show me what to create. And I've never gone to school for it. So I can definitely say this is a God-given talent. I didn't go to school for art, even though I've been an artist. I've been creating all my life. But now I finally found, 3 years ago, now this is my third year. I found what my reason, my purpose is, and it's to create art. And I feel so good in here. I have so much fun in here. I can play my music and I can create. And before I know it, I've created several more pieces and that people love and they're ready to order and they're ready to create a collection. I just did a piece for Usher and it was to commemorate his 20th year anniversary. And it's like these are the things that make me happy. It's the joy that I get for creating the art that people wear, the wearable art.
and I love it too because you look so beautiful in your fedoras and the art that you've created through your fedoras. And I seem to remember the last time I saw you, you you've lost weight. You look really
I
good.
did.
I
I
can
lost 54
tell.
pounds.
You lost
Thank
54
you.
pounds.
Yes,
Tell
thank
me
you.
about it. Tell me about it. Because
um,
your head
I'm a
too little
grandma.
for the fedoras.
Listen, I was almost 200 pounds at 5'10", and I was
Okay, you carried it
tired.
well. Okay.
Thank you. It's like a lot of people say, I didn't know you were that. You were 198 pounds.
Yeah.
And yeah, I covered it up, but it feels so much better now. And it's like I'm a grandma. I have two grandbabies. And I don't know, my 7-year-old grandson thinks I'm a piece of furniture. He likes to grab onto my back and be carried around. And my 1-year-old granddaughter, she is literally exploring all over the place. So I got to keep up. And I couldn't keep up being heavy.
So you
Yeah. So
feel
it was a
much
lot.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you exercising? What's your typical like eating um
I
regime?
love a good chicken salad. A good chicken salad. I have my Yeti right here that I drink 2 of those a day. I cut out fast food. I cut out soft drinks. I cut out well, I never really ate a lot of candy and sweets. So I had to cut out what I was eating and breads, but I did have to also be realistic. Like, I'm 51. I'm gonna be eating for a long time. So I'm not gonna make myself crazy by not eating the things that I love, at all. I just do it in moderation. So I had to change my whole lifestyle in relationship with food. And when I
Okay.
did that, it allowed me to be even more creative and I can express myself more because I feel better. So when I put on that crop top, I know you know how that's gonna feel because I
You
know what you
crop
just did
topping it.
recently. Oh
You
yes, I'm
crop
gonna
top.
crop top. Yes, ma'am.
That is like there's
Yeah,
I was talking about this with I don't know if it was Coco Brown. When you reach a weight loss goal, there's something that you've always wanted to do. For me, I think Coco said she was able to cross her legs. That was the biggest
yeah,
thing. For me, when I lost weight, it was my clavicle bones. I was like, oh my gosh, I got bones in my
yes,
neck.
ma'am. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
was there something that you were able to do that you weren't able to do before you lost all of the weight?
I don't know if I can say it on here, but
You sure
can I
can.
say it
It's
on here?
If it's nasty, you sure can.
it's
If it's
9:15
nasty, that's what
Eastern.
I'm like.
9:15. It's after dark.
I can look down and see my.
Oh, you can
I
see your
can look down.
cuckoo.
I can see my coochie without a mirror. Yes,
I
and that is
that is a big one.
amazing.
That's a big one. You look and you like, I ain't seen you in a long time, girl. You look good.
Wow.
I
Yeah, the
love
belly
it.
is gone. Yeah, Coca Bratton is a good friend of mine. She has a
She is.
few.
We love Coco. We love her so much. She
Yeah,
was on last week. That would have been fun to talk to you last week because you're good friends with Coco. How did
yeah.
you? And like I said, we love her. How did you start hooking up with celebrities with your line of fedoras? Like, I think a lot of people, and not necessarily celebrities, but I think getting your work out to people so that people would come and purchase your fedoras. How did you market yourself?
So when I decided to listen to what God told me to do, I said, well, I don't want to be the typical because I'm not typical. I don't think the same way that regular people. That's why I say I'm amazing. If anybody asks me how you doing, I'm amazing. And I'm like, oh my God, I never heard of
Yes.
that. So I had a mindset of how do I get out to the masses? Let me think different. I'm going to be the celebrity designer. And it's so funny because I was at Cam Newton's cigar spot here in Atlanta, and Ed Lover was there. And I said, hey, Ed. Never met him before, but I said, hey, Ed, I need to put a hat on your head. And he said, all right, let's do it. So the next day, I went home. I stayed up all night, but I did it. And I met him the next day. So he started telling all of his friends about it. Then by some strange occurrence, Dave Hollister went on my website and he ordered several of them. When I went and met him, Ryan Cameron, the voice of Atlanta, was at the event.
Right.
And I said, Ryan, I need to put a hat on your head. So when I did that, everybody, they just started telling people the quality speaks for itself.
Right.
I love dating and having just a great relationship with people. And so they just started telling people, and they started telling their friends, and those friends started telling people. And before I knew it, people were just calling and reaching out and saying, this is what I need. I want a custom. I have a logo. I'm in a fraternity and a sorority. And it began to grow from there. I was also on America Strong, NBC, and they did a story about me. And so that it just started growing and growing and growing that way. So many local celebrities, so many mainstream celebrities across the world. I have hats over in Ghana, in Haiti, in Dubai. I mean, so many places, the United Kingdom. And it's just amazing to me because it's like my playlist has come to life because so many groups in my playlist have called me, hey sis, I need a hat. And so it just grew from the word of mouth. I do a lot of advertising on TikTok and Instagram. And so I'm always out and about. I love a good cigar. And so it's just, a lot of relationship building.
How
And so
important is, say that again, I didn't hear you.
And I'm so grateful for that. Yeah. I mean, when I was out
Absolutely.
in New York, all of those things have contributed to the growth of amazing culture.
Well, I love that you mentioned TikToks and things like that. How important now, when you have you're in business for yourself, is the use of social media?
Everybody's on it. I mean, if you go in a restaurant right now, instead of people talking around the table, they're looking at their phones and they're on social media. So you want to be on social media with them. You want to give them something to look at. And so I have fun videos. I don't do a lot of the dancing trends. So if it's a song and it's a trend, because I can't keep up, it just doesn't work for me. So I just making my own
Yes.
moves, showcasing the hats. And so social media is a huge part of an entrepreneur's business. And I think it's important to stay relevant on there, to follow the trends, to create the trends. And what I like to do is put a twist on it. So if there's a dance that is associated with a song, I'll put the hat out there and, and do a little dance and show the hat. And, so it's almost like that's top priority is post, be out
And
there.
I love. Now tell me, if somebody is loving your fedoras, but they really have never worn one before, and they're going, "What do I wear it with?" Like, look at this. Look at your arm. I love this video right now of your fedoras
Yeah.
dancing.
Uh-huh.
And you're showing, oh, and it started out white, and this is so beautiful. It's got flowers, the most beautiful colored flowers on there. I love it.
That is my
So
tattoo.
and your tattoo arms in there. This is your tattoo?
That's my leg tattoo. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love the colors. They're
Yes.
so vibrant on this white. So people are going, what would I wear this fedora with? How do you dress up a fedora?
With anything. Literally, I have on a nice whatever material is, silk, whatever, shirt, crop top, of course, and some jeans. I can wear with
Okay.
the shorts, a long dress. I've worn it to evening for an accessory as an evening gown. I've worn it to black tie events. I've worn it to lake parties. I've worn it to all white parties. You can wear it with anything, and that's the beauty of a good fedora. It doesn't have to be a special occasion. I want people to know. There you go. There's Usher. I want people to know that you can. If you're about to go run some errands, throw a cute pair of joggers on, a cute tank
Yes.
top, and put on a fedora. It'll change your whole mood.
Okay, this is great because you said you're in Atlanta?
Yes.
I'm coming to Atlanta Monday.
Oh, I
And
can't wait to meet you in person.
Yeah, I definitely want to meet you because I'll be out there for 2 weeks in Atlanta.
Oh,
She's
And I would love
recording an album.
Yeah, I'm recording my album or dancing at the strip club.
really?
Yes. Or I'll be in
Okay,
the strip club and I need a fedora.
I'll come to the strip club.
That's what I like, support
Yes,
from
you
the
will.
sisters. But I have a all black party that I'm attending, and I want a fedora because I think it would set it
Okay.
off having an all black fedora. It's all black. It's not white. It's all black. So I would love
Okay.
to talk to you. I'm just like, now this is my 4th one that I'm gonna order, but I can't stop myself.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe in the live chat.
You know what? Look, I'm going to work. I got a job in Atlanta, so I'm gonna reward myself and get me some amazing culture fedoras.
All right.
And the
I love
website
it.
again is Amazing Culture. Is fedoras on the end or just with an AH? Amazing Culture fedoras.
.com.
.com.
AmazingCulture.com. Yep.
Amazing Culture fedora.
That's the
No,
Instagram.
yeah, that's the Instagram. AmazingCulture.com is what.
Yeah, so you can check that out in the live chat, and then the description. If you're listening at home on audio, it's in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, the website is in the description of the episode, and it's in the live chat about 740 times.
Well, I love. What's another? Oh, this one's beautiful. This one is this is Cowboy Carter. I love this. Is like this ain't Texas. I love it. This is
And
great.
one thing
Now,
to know is that I have braids. And so a lot
yes.
of people say, well, I want to wear a fedora, but I got a lot of hair. I got a big head. So I want you to know that they come in various sizes.
Oh,
The
that
largest
was another
size-
question.
Yeah. They come
So
in
it will
up to 3X.
accommodate. Oh, I love this
Yeah.
because a lot of times I can't find hats that will fit over my wig.
Yep, I got it.
So you got different
Because I create
sizes.
to order. Yeah. So I just created
create to
on a larger
order.
size. Mhm.
Show me some more. I love looking at this because I love this one right here.
And if you're just tuning in, Kym will be with us shortly. The great Alyson Fouse from Act Your Age also joining here in just a moment.
Oh, so your superpower is so at work with your fedoras. They are exquisite, and they're so beautiful, and they're such different personality. Is this fuchsia?
Yes. This is my favorite.
Oh my
This is my
gosh.
favorite hat.
This is fuchsia. I want that one. And this turquoise. This is the 5th one I'm about to buy.
So
I love it
wanna
because
also-
yeah. Is this green? Oh my gosh. I'm
This
about
is
to
a
buy
custom
some.
color as well. So it's kind of like a yellow green, like a lime, like a lemon lime.
I love these custom fedoras. You know why? Because I'm truly amazed at how much of a statement it makes when you put it on your head. Like I love your locks. When you take them off, you're beautiful.
Thank
You're
you.
gorgeous, actually. But then you put this fedora on with these custom colors, with feathers, and it gives you an entirely different look. And it's very sexy and it's very chic. And I love it just with the beautiful dress. And you could have your purse, a crossbody bag. You could have it with jeans, some cute, a little flat boots, or cute with heels. Oh, I'm going to tear Atlanta up. They're not going to know what hit them when I come out with a fedora.
You can wear it
They
with
not gonna-
everything you just said, and you make it work, and you show people that you don't have to have a special occasion. You go into your meetings and put a hat on, and it just does something. It's like putting on a red lipstick. It just does something for you.
What you wearing,
Make
by
you
the
feel-
way? A red lipstick. You also wearing a red
Yeah.
lipstick. You bougie now.
Brings me to my live chat question. They want to know if you're married, Sherrell.
I have been, yes, and we just celebrated 36 years together.
Okay, first of all,
Incredible.
I didn't know you was married. We got a whole nother discussion on marriage. How's your husband? Because when you are an entrepreneur and you're in business for yourself, that takes a lot of your time. You got to put so much into it because you have to network, you shipping out, you're dyeing, you're sewing, you're taking feathers from chickens from somewhere and putting them in your fedoras. How is your husband and your children handling mom being gone a lot?
Well, I'll start with my husband. He is the most supportive human I've ever met in my life. I mean, he'll be up, he'll cut some fabric for me. He'll talk to people about it. He'll send the website out. He's the spokesperson. He's so supportive. He is my number one fan. He's the reason why when I have doubts, it doesn't take me long. I don't shut down. He's like, God told you to do this. You have no choice. He tattooed our logo on his arm. He's really amazing. He's an arson investigator with Atlanta Fire Department. So he's on duty right now. So he's very supportive. We have a 35-year-old daughter. a 28-year-old son and a 26-year-old son, 7-year-old grandson, and a 1-year-old granddaughter. Now, my boys, they don't play about their mama. You know how that is being a boy mom. So when we go out to shows, they come out with me. They are super supportive. They know about the hats. They love them. They don't always wear them because they just love their ball caps. But when they
Yeah.
feel like they want what they call, back in the day we said G'd up, they'll throw on one. But they do tell their friends, and I mean they are always a great advocate for us. And my daughter, she's with the police department. She's a super supporter. Everybody in her office knows about her mommy. Now my grandson, because people say, "Well, I want my kid to be fly like me." So
Yes.
2 years ago, he put on one of my fedoras and he said, "Oh, grandma, I love this." And my daughter said these words. She said, "Oh, that's so adorable." And
Oh,
I said, "What
fedorable.
did you say?" I called my attorney. I said, "Lock it down." So my grandson has the kids line, which is called Fedorable.
I love
So
it. So you have fedoras for kids.
yes. So
Oh,
the same, because everything is created to order. I'll create this on a kid size, match mom, match dad, and just make it a family affair.
how has the support been for your fedoras?
It's been amazing. It has really been amazing. It has been, I mean, in any business, you have some highs and some lows, but I won't complain because I realize that um, there's years it takes to make even profits, even a small
Mm-hmm.
profit. But even our first year, we did wonderfully. And it was like, I can't say it was surprising, but I can say, wow, God, why did it take me so long to hear what you told me to do and to follow my purpose? So in that aspect, I can say that overall it's been great. I cannot complain. I'm here at home. I walk up my hall. Sometimes I'm in my jammies. Sometimes I'm in my little booty shorts. Yes, I'm in my booty shorts doing my and so I'm home. I decided not to have a brick and mortar because I get inspired at 1 in the morning and I can't drive. I'm not gonna, go
Right.
out to a brick and mortar. So I just transformed one of my bedrooms into the studio. And my husband has plans to convert. I think he's gonna either do a she shed in the back where it's just gonna hold
Oh,
me, or make
yes.
the entire garage a
Sherrell,
bigger studio.
you
A
know,
Yes.
studio.
you know what's great for she sheds? She sheds? You know what's great for
What?
she sheds?
What's
A,
that?
a bunch of friends. Hey, everybody, it's Kym Whitley and Alyson Fouse. You can check out Act Your Age on Netflix right now. This is the podcast. We've won 2 NAACP Image Awards. Sherri Shepherd, Kym Whitley in a car in Southern California. Alyson
Congratulations.
Fouse, congratulations on Act Your Age. Coming out on Netflix today. This is Sherrell Anderson. She's got amazing culture fedora. I wanted to introduce everybody. Kym, go ahead and make your pitch to get a free hat. Take it from here.
Hey, Sherrell. Hey,
Hey,
Sherrell.
Tim. How you
Good
been?
to see you. I love your
Good.
hats, your fedoras. I am so glad to see you and hear about your success. Of course, I need to get me another hat, but I'm glad you're here with us. Hey, Allison, my boss. I see you, Allison. Hey,
Hey,
Sherri.
Kim, how you doing? Hey, Sherri.
Happy.
Hi, Allison. Congratulations on Act Your Age, streaming now on Netflix right now today. Congratulations.
Wait, do I
Thank
do
you.
it like
Thank
the
you so
phone
much.
rang?
And I love the hats
Oh.
too.
Thank you so very much. Very good to meet you.
You too.
Thank you. That's the executive producer of At Your Age.
Wow.
She's the creator. That's who. But she's been writing on all kind of shows. She's been around. She is. Allison. I'm gonna let her tell you about. Uh, Let you tell them about yourself and about At Your Age. I'm in the car and I don't know which way to hold the phone.
just know that there's there's a party at the She Shed. Sherrell, thank you so much for joining us. I really do appreciate it.
Wait, I want to see this. I want to see this last one. Oh my gosh, I done bought a 6 hat. I done bought a 6
Wait, let me see. Let me see it. Oh,
That is
look at
gorgeous.
this.
That's you.
Absolutely, I done bought 6
right here.
fedoras.
No,
You
you
can
have
put your
not.
cigar right
Stop
here
it.
too if you smoke.
I don't
the
smoke, but I'm
cigar.
gonna be smoking in that fedora.
But you know that's why I met Sherrell. I met her at a cigar bar in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, we gonna be at
You
the
make 'em
cigar bar
right.
because I will be there Monday, Sherrell, and I'm gonna have to send you my money for the 6 because I'm walking away with 6. I'm bringing an empty suitcase, and then we're gonna go out. We
All
gonna hit the
right, I'm
street.
looking forward to all of it. I'm looking
And I'm
forward
gonna
to
have my
all
booty
of it.
shorts on too.
Her husband will have to
Okay.
investigate
She
it.
will. She gonna have
I
a booty
will.
shorts on. Trust.
My husband is just fine. He know who he married, so he is okay with whoever I am. I love it.
I love
Sherrell,
it.
do you make them
Well,
for
very
big
much.
head? You make them for
Yes,
big head? I got a big head.
yes. They
Did we
come
just
in
talk about
3
that,
sizes. They go up to
Yeah.
3X, Alyson. She makes them for big heads, for little heads, and no heads. So she definitely has them.
Okay.
Look
And
at
this
that.
is one for locks.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, and she
Oh, for
makes
locks.
fedoras for locks. I've never seen, oh my gosh, I've never seen a fedora with no top. It's for your locks to come out of the fedora. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. This
You want
is
me to
at
show you real quick?
yes.
Yeah, show us. Let's see this.
Please show us. Oh my gosh. I gotta go get
Only on Two
daggone.
Funny Mamas. See?
I
Show me.
I love it. It's ridiculous.
So, oh look, Alyson, this is for you. So she put the hat on and you can pull it through the top.
Oh,
Now adjust your computer so that we can see this, Sherrell. Oh my gosh. The hair comes out of the top. That's a
I
God.
love that.
God told you to do that. That's amazing.
Oh, no,
That's
I done dropped the phone. I done dropped
yeah.
the phone. Jesus. Wait, I can't find the daggone. Where's everybody? Oh, there we go.
Okay. You see?
Oh wait.
Oh, wait, let me turn it
that's
sideways.
That's too cute.
Oh, look at
Alyson,
this.
did she answer your question about you got a bun in your hair now, Alyson? That is so
Right?
cute that your locks go outside of the fedora and it still looks amazing.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
Wow.
Love it.
You better
That's where I
stop.
wear my
God,
braids.
Yep.
see that's
Sherrell, that is
Okay,
it.
so
One
that
more
is God
time,
and
tell for our listeners, tell people where they can contact. What?
what, Chris? What
I
is
don't
going
even
on
know.
with you?
I just running the show from a moving car while there's 2 other people. It's amazing. And you know what else is amazing? The website, amazingcouture.com. You can check that out online. Actually, go follow her on Instagram, Amazing Culture Fedora. Fedora on Instagram. The website's there, amazingculture.com. You can check out the shop, all the options. It's amazing. And we want to thank Cedar Lewis and Miracle Buttercream for making it possible for Sherrell to join us. And I'm so happy the 4 of you got together because what a wild, crazy, powerful group of ladies. So thank you so much, Sherrell.
Sherrell,
thank you all so very much. It's been such a pleasure.
thank you so much.
Thank
And I'm
you.
gonna see you when I get to Atlanta. I'll be there on the weekend. So we going out in the streets.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Let me get out my
All right.
good clothes. So
Well, I already told you what I'm wearing. I got booty shorts and I bought a pair of cowboy boots, and I'm gonna get that denim fedora, the Majestic, and I'm putting it on. And I'm gonna rock a crop top. Now, it's gonna be stuff hanging out
Let's
every which
go.
way, but I'm gonna rock a crop top.
Let's go. I'm clearing my schedule right now. Thank you all so very much.
All right.
Thank you,
So very
Sherrell.
Thank you.
What a great guest.
Hilarious.
That was great. Hey, Alyson Fouse.
Hey, Kym Whitley. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm excited. Today is the day, Sherri Shepherd, that Two Funny Mamas hit Netflix. This has been a road coming. Um, tell Alyson, could you tell the people who you are, our listeners and our viewers, um, that how me and you got together.
Well, I met you through a friend, Wanda Sykes, and
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, the night I met you, we were at her place, sitting around by the pool, having a few drinks, and you came in, stripped down to your underwear.
You know who she got that from? I just want to tell you. That
Who?
ain't original what Kym did, Alyson.
What?
Just saying.
Wait.
Who's
What I do?
She said
Huh?
you stripped down in your underwear as soon as you got to Wanda's house. Who you steal that from, Kym? And tell the truth, Shane the devil. Who you steal it from?
You? Because you took a shower in my house.
And walk downstairs in the towel.
She
I've been
did.
stripping down of my underwear at people's house for the last 2 decades. You
Yeah.
took that from me. But keep going,
Wait.
Alyson. Keep going.
The fact, the
what?
fact that you want credit for that is a problem.
No, it ain't. Just keep going. I want to hear Alyson. This is Act Your Age. It's on Netflix. It's streaming now. So she stripped down her underwear. That's called
Yeah,
the
we didn't
Sherri
even.
at Wanda's.
Well, yeah, she did the sharing, but she did that part in the house. She just came out in her underwear. So the first time I saw her, I thought, "Is that Kym Whitley?" Like it was just 3 levels of what the f is going on. So ever since then, I was like, okay, she's a fool. Let's see how this goes. But it's been great. We partied, we worked together,
Yeah.
and I got to understand that even though she was a fool, she was okay with me. I mean,
So,
it was
It
just
Alyson,
was. Mhm.
this is so amazing because you are the creator of Act Your Age, and we've been getting the best responses from it. And I have to say, it's such a great sitcom about sisterhood and unity. And it stars Kym Whitley, Tisha Campbell, Yvette Nicole Brown. Forgive me because I don't know the two kids' names. Could you give those to
Mariah,
me?
Understand?
yeah, Mariah Anderson and no, Mariah Robinson and Nathan Anderson.
And that's Nathan Anderson is Anthony Anderson's son. But it's such
Yep.
a great it's just such a great depiction, like I said, of sisterhood, of unity, of love. And then also, you got the kids in it. And I just want to know what made you, because if you got 3 powerhouses, Yvette Nicole Brown, Tisha Campbell, and Kym Whitley, what made you decide on these 3 ladies?
I've always had a type 10 list of funny women I want to work with. And Sherri, you are on that list. By the way, the
Right.
first time I met you was much more civilized, and at the Four Seasons, the way I preferred, you kept on all your clothes.
I
Um,
did.
so when I got the opportunity to do this, and I imagined the characters to who I wanted to play them, those were my people. Like
Yeah.
I tell the story about nobody else could have been Angela but Yvette. I knew that
Yes.
Keisha would bring so much more to Keisha than anybody else would read on the page. And then I had to convince your friend Kym
Got
that
everything.
she was Bernadette.
I know.
Yeah, because
You
she's living
you
up
remember that,
to
Sherry?
I do remember that. I had to also convince her that if
I
she
so
Yeah.
didn't trust
appreciate it.
Alyson Fouse, she couldn't trust anybody.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Because
But
the
can you?
what I
Can, mm,
go ahead.
sorry, keep going.
Oh, I was gonna say what I did when I developed the show was I took myself and divided them into 3 different people. Who I
Okay.
was and who I have been. And Bernadette being a single mother, I've been that for a long time. And I
Yes.
knew the hustle of it, and I knew Kym was already doing it and working hard and being the boss. We've done that. So she was just perfect for that role. And yeah, I've been a little hoish like Keisha, but
Nope.
I love it. I love it.
I also been a little church like Angela. So, that's how you do
And
it.
this is the thing. I was going to say for those of our listeners and viewers who have not seen Act Your Age, can you tell us what the show is about?
The show is about three friends who decided to make the rest of their lives the best of their lives. So they come together, and you should watch the pilot to see how, but they show up for their friend Bernadette. And the funny thing, which always amused me when I thought about it, was, you know, usually you have three women who've known each other since college. These
Okay.
women they haven't, although they've known each other for years, they're friends of a friend. Like they got
Ah,
together because they all love Bernadette. They both love Bernadette. Angela knew her from one side of her world, and Keisha knew her from another. So when you have that sort of frenemy, like, that's your friend, that's where that
yes.
came up. In our cliques and everything, we always have that girl who's like, that's your friend. I don't really know her. But eventually, over the years, you guys get to be the tightest, and the
Yes.
closest. So that's what we did with them. And I love the idea of parenting grown children because you don't get to see that as much on TV. And I'm doing it. So I have experience in it, you know.
And I read the script, and I was like, Kym, you got to do this. This is so, I mean, Alyson, just giving you flowers. You are such an extraordinary writer. Like your writing, um, I love your writing because I've seen scripts where the actor has to ad lib and give it their magic, but your writing is so yummy and it's so developed, the storyline and the characters. I'm so about that you don't have to add anything to it. There's no sauce that you have to put on your words. They're so beautiful, and I'm always in awe when I read your scripts. So kudos to you
Thank you
being the
so much.
leader of Act Your
I mean,
Age. And I saw the pilot, and it was so. If y'all haven't seen Act Your Age, it's streaming right now on Netflix, and you can stream because when I was watching it on Bounce, we had to wait. You would have two episodes, and we had to wait to the next weekend to watch it. It is such a funny show, and you can watch all of the episodes at one time if you want to binge. And it is right there on Netflix. And we really want it to be trending. We want it to be number one trending so that Netflix looks up and says, wait a minute, hold on. Get Alyson on the phone and let's see if we can make some deals with everybody.
that's
So
right.
it's a great show. And I love it because it depicts, because you had Sex in the City, but now you have Act Your Age. These are grown women, sophisticated women who are doing their thing. Kym, you are so good in Act Your Age, but you were
Oh,
hesitant to take it, Kym. Can you tell
yeah,
everybody
I was
what
hesitant,
made you
and then
say,
it was pressure. It was peer pressure. I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you, between you, Tisha, Yvette, Allison calling me, and I had to make the decision quickly. Y'all was like, you got to do it because I didn't think the role was a role that would depict me. I wanted to be the crazy one. And Allison saw me as Bernadette, and I was like, she's so conservative. But once I got in there, I enjoyed her. Um, it challenged me as an actress to contain my foolishness, uh, to let Tisha Campbell, play that role, and let Yvette be a very conservative church woman. And I feel like Bernadette is a mix of both of them.
okay.
So that was where it was, I had to remember my character. So that was, it was a lot of fun. playing Bernadette.
She came in every week, just like insecure and wondering if she was doing the right thing, and she was killing it. And the thing about Kym that brought us more to the character was her vulnerability.
Yeah.
You know, the way she
Yeah.
played Bernadette like that, and the way she loved her son and cared about her crazy friends, and on top of that, being such a successful woman, she made everybody watching believe that they could do that too. And that's what I loved about it. And you get to be silly too. I mean, in the pilot, you
I
chasing
do.
Angela.
Right, and then I get to chase that little girl. That's my favorite episode.
Yeah.
The little
It
kid.
is.
That was
Is it one season on Netflix or is it 2 seasons? What? I was confused.
It's 2 seasons. They're showing all 16 now. So watch all the way to the end. You got 16 episodes. They feel like they go by quick because they are funny.
Okay, so we want to get a 3rd season.
a 3rd season. I was hoping that they did 8, like Shonda Rhimes did 8 Act Your Age and then held out for a couple weeks and been like, Act Your Age coming back in June for the next 8. But I see all 16 are on right now, which is great because people can binge it and watch it until they watch them all.
Yes. Yes.
And they're
then we can
all worth watching. So good.
Thank you.
A lot.
Sherri, we were talking about something pre-show before the ladies jumped on. Alyson, can you answer this? You all were super successful on Bounce. Kym told us how it was so well received, maybe the highest rated comedy on Bounce that they'd had.
Yes.
What was the business behind changing it up, and why do you get this great opportunity now? Other than it's just a great show. A lot of great shows get cut.
You know, I wish I could tell you, but I really still don't know. I do know now that Bounce is on the market. So I think the fact that we got to Netflix now is actually a blessing in disguise.
Big time.
And that Scripps owns Bounce and some other networks. And those networks are switching over to sports and news. So to be able to have another opportunity on Netflix, which if we killed it on Bounce, and even for that season we came out, we were the 3rd highest new sitcom to air. So if we could do that on Bounce and being exposed to a bigger audience on Netflix, I'm hoping that we can have that same kind of streak and continue to have success.
Yes, that's what we're challenging our viewers and followers to do. Tell your friends, tell your family, click on Act Your Age, stream those shows, because a lot of times what happens is if something is trending on these streamers, it's another eye looking at it, and they're like, they want to make money, and if people are watching it, they're gonna make money. They're gonna make money bringing these ladies back, and the craziness. To get inside your mind, Alyson Fouse, when you've been writing a long time. This is your first executive producer, showrunner position. Am I correct? Because I'm wrong.
No, my first one was for a show called Born Again Virgin on TV1 that Renata Shepherd created, and she asked me to come over and be her showrunner. That was my first time, and so I was like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Which was a great experience. It made me hungry to do it again. And then it didn't. I've been a co-EP for several shows, but it didn't roll around again until I got this opportunity from Bounce.
Being a female show executive producer and showrunner, does that? I don't know. Because I love working under women. I really do. The showrunner of my talk show is a woman, and we had a man. We had a man, and I just said, he's nice, nothing personal. I want a woman. I felt like a woman just understands me. Do you feel you bring, without putting a label on you? I know some people don't like to, no, we're all the same. But what do you bring as a female running a show, especially in a man's world?
First of all, we're not the same. We are not. I feel like what I bring is what I learned from my mother, who I saw as a strong woman who led, and also being a parent. I say writing is the second hardest thing to that. But
Yeah.
there's my experience in the business. Look, I started out with Keenan Ivory Wayans and then worked with the majority.
Wow.
I worked with all of the Wayans. So, I I can take a joke. That's easy
Yeah.
to do. Also through my career, I've learned what I would do in that position, and more than that, what I wouldn't do and how I wouldn't treat people. So I tend to treat the people around me how I want to be treated. And as long as they respect me, I respect them. I understand that I learned from some great showrunners that, you have a life outside of this. And you come better to me when you're able to experience that life. But while we're here, we're going to have a good time. We're going to take care of business because I can multitask, but we're going to have a good time. So I just bring that to it. And I tend to hire people. I've been really lucky, especially with this project, that I liked everybody, you know? And I hire people that I like and who are talented. That I know
Yeah.
when I'm in some other place, Renata's got the room for me. It's just a matter of thinking ahead and then thinking on your feet. When something happens, a mama knows how to fix it. If it's putting a
Yes.
safety something or throwing something together, we know how to make that decision. We can pivot like nobody else.
That is true. And you did make it we had a lot of fun on that set of Act Your Age. I feel like I'm way light and my light's too bright. But on Act Your Age, we talked about that, how the set was so much fun. Sherri, I called you and told you that,
You did.
that was a great environment. It really was. And that
You
comes
told
from
me
the
how
work.
you guys laughed a lot, how y'all were really bonded. And sometimes I think that male energy, you don't get that as much. But I know Alyson Fouse is absolutely amazing. I know people, Alyson, who are aspiring writers who are watching us would say, if you ever thought about writing, Alyson, what's what's the best way to start?
Start. Like
Ah,
literally start.
Yeah.
Sit in front of the computer, or if you write by pen, get you some paper, but literally start, because people who usually want to do it, and I always think either you are a writer or you aren't. And writers
okay.
write, and I'm sure you've got some idea you've had in your head, but nothing will happen to it unless you put it down. And you have to start by putting it down and then watch it flourish and blossom and be prepared to take, criticism or pitches or love and support. That's the
Mhm.
hardest part, is once you've done it, sharing your work. That to
Ah,
me was the hardest thing. Oh, I got to let somebody see this now, but nothing gets done without it. The whole thing is a collaboration. So, but the
mm,
most thing is right. When you're not working right, when you got a good idea right, in the middle of the night when you have a hot flash and can't sleep, write it down. Remember those experiences and just write it down. It doesn't get better unless you do it.
wow. Chris, does anybody have any questions for Kym or Alyson?
So many,
Sorry.
so many questions. Everybody really has enjoyed the show tonight. MM wants to know: did Kym just come back from a repass? Kym,
Wow.
Kym is repass fine tonight.
I love it.
Not a repass. First of all, everyone should say welcome back. How about that?
Yeah, it's
This
it's
is
nice. Everyone's so happy to see you. When I say I had it, and sorry to cut you off, Sherri. When I say I had to explain, I put it on the pinned note in the live chat because it's not right for me to get mad at these people for asking where you are. Is Kym actually coming? Have we been hoodwinked? Is this a cruel prank? You're here. Everyone's so happy to see you. So that is absolutely in the live chat.
I actually came from, I had to film something, and I'm just coming back from it. That's why I was in the car, because I wanted to make sure, since we did say I would be back, and because Alyson was going to be on here and Sherrell, Sherri let me do my thing. She was like, just go do your filming. I'll stay up late, even though I have my talk show to do early in the morning. I will stay up late for you. And so I appreciate that, Sherri. Sherri, I have a question for you. I know we got to look at the live chat, but are you in a closet? Is this that closet room? Where did you move
Move your
podcast?
shoulder.
No,
this is like an iceberg. This is like an iceberg. Watch.
Oh, you used to do it in the closet. I know that. I know exactly where you are.
Yeah, I didn't feel like Alyson, I'm sorry. I have a really great backdrop. But I just was too tired to go upstairs. So I'm
I
in my
like this
kitchen.
backdrop, but I like this. This is a different look. I like this too.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Well, because I'm going all the way back there. I'm going to curl up on my couch. I'm going to put Netflix on and I'm going to finish watching. Now, I've seen all of the episodes, but I'm going to watch them again because I'm going to support my girlfriends and watch. And I'm going to curl up and me and my dog Lexi, and we're going to watch At Your Age because it's that's what I want to say, Alyson. It's a very sophisticated show. And I love what you brought, because it's like this Black Sex in the City with these women. And I love it because they're successful women. You know,
Yes.
you tapped into that. They all have their own niche. And the chemistry between Yvette Nicole Brown, she's this, I think she's the wife of a congressman or divorced. Can you tell us about the characters? Because I don't want to mess them up, but they are together.
Yeah. Yvette, who plays Angela that you were just talking about, she's the widow of a mayor who was running for Congress at the time. And she's always sort of taken a back seat to him and his career. The most and she's a certified lawyer. Like she went to law school, everything. But it all became about his career once they got married and raising their daughter. So now she's at a point in life where she's discovering what she can do. Keisha has been married a couple times. She's been married a couple times. She's recently divorced. She got the money, he got the friends. So she's somebody who's always down for a good time. And but what Tisha brought to it was we made her an artist. So she's just not fluffy or a slut or anything. She really is not. She's a free spirit who uses her art to express herself. And now that she's got the money to do that, she's free. Or she feels free. Bernadette, I think, is more like me than any of them. She's been a single mother, never married, raising a son, working hard. She dropped out of college and got into this business of real estate. And she's just worked her way up the ladder. Now she has her own company. She develops real estate. She works with the city. She works with billionaires to make these projects happen. Like she's not just buying and renovating apartments. She's planning and constructing stadiums. And I built this off of a woman I know. And I thought, that is so interesting. And to see that the face of that was a Black woman, I have to show this. So I wanted this to be a show and that money wasn't a concern. That this is what something, and there's nothing wrong with those shows because I've been broke my damn self. But that at this age, these women had accomplished something, and now we're seeing the fruits of their labor. So the rest be fun.
I remember reading it was a survey or something, and the statistics of Black women are the fastest rising entrepreneurs of any group. They're rising the fastest and owning their own business, as we have our Black business like Sherrell, who's very successful with her fedoras, that Black women are rising the fastest and having their own. And this is what I loved about one of the aspects of Act Your Age. I was like, these women got it together. Like we watched the struggle. We watched Good Times. We loved it. Keeping your head underwater, making a way when you can. But these wasn't no temporary layoff girls. It was really nice to see women who were doing it. And I loved it because they were sophisticated storylines, but you could completely relate to the storylines.
Oh, yeah.
Why did you decide? And you touched on it of you wanted to do grown kids. I love that. My son is 19. The stuff he's about to be out the house if I can help it pretty soon. So, you didn't have little kids. Why was that decision made?
Because I have a grown daughter. Sherri, my daughter is damn near 40. I started young. I started very young, but I started and finished because she's the only one. But it never ends. If he leaves the house, you still gonna have work. You still gonna be a parent. But the difference is, like, I bought the house behind me on the next block for my mother. So we got this little compound. And when my mother passed, Amber and her wife moved in. And it's great because I had one grandbaby at the time. So I'm like, perfect. It's great. Let me tell you, we do an episode about Bernadette going into Jacob's house. And that was because my daughter had the nerve to tell me on a house that I bought that I need to call before I come over. I would be at the back door knocking, and she's like, I'm eating dinner, and wouldn't come to the door. I don't know if y'all curse on this podcast, but I had
Yes,
some
we do.
select curse. I was like,
Curse.
bitch. So, but she needed her privacy, and we had to have this discussion several times. It's a lot better now. And you know what's better? Now she got 2 kids. Oh, I'm welcome anytime. Just so I can take them. So she feels my pain. But it's a different relationship when they get older.
Yes.
And find the balance of parenting and respecting their privacy. And I had to tell her, look, I got bells on everything between my house and hers, on her doors, on the gate in between, on my back door. Because you got to call before you come see me, too. You're going to walk in here and get your, you better check and see if mama got company.
Hey now.
But it's just a different stage of life. And I don't think people think of it that way. They do think, oh, they're 18. Are they gone to college? I'm done. Oh, they never done. And my mother told me that when Amber turned 16, I bought her a car. And I was worried about her out there. And I asked her, when do you stop worrying? And she said, I'll let you know. And I was like,
isn't that the truth?
Yeah. It's forever.
So
forever, ever.
Forever, ever. So this is Act Your Age. It is on Netflix, streaming right now. You can binge. If you guys, and also what I neglected to say was, go ahead and put it on social media, how you felt about Act Your Age, and hashtag and Netflix. Is there certain hashtags, Kym, Alyson, you want us to use?
Yeah, Act Your Age, hashtag Netflix, Black Girl Magic, Fabulous 50s, all the ladies' names, whatever you can think of. Wine Wednesday because it's tonight. Just especially do
Act Your Age, right? Hashtag is the most important, right?
Yes.
I wanted to make a suggestion to people. I would love if people this weekend had Act Your Age viewing parties with their girlfriends.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be great. And, and then put it on social media, say Act Your Age viewing party with my girls. That would be really good for us, and having some fun and discussing the show. and hitting us up on social media will be fantastic. We'll repost it. That would be great. And then I want to ask Chris, you had some questions in the chat.
Yeah, quite a few comments. Everybody's very excited, but Abby says that's true. I'm only 6 years into parenthood, and I'm like, do you get past the phase of not knowing what to do all the time? Sunshine Blazin loves the show. All these folks are commenting on it. Irina says, I've got a 27-year-old boy, 23-year-old girl, doesn't change. Number one, Vanessa says, things are popping off in the house, Mom. Couple up here. Sorry, I have to go. There's so many people in here. Solange says loves Good Times, which, by the way, Alyson, are you a writer on the new Good Times?
Yes. I wrote a couple episodes, and we had a good time. And that, you know what? Here's the thing. I know it's a controversial show for people who aren't into adult animation, but that's another one. I promise you, if you watched it all the way through, there's such an important message there. Renata Shepherd, who is from Chicago, people in her writer's room were from Chicago, and we love our people. No, it's not a continuation of the Good Times beforehand. Because Sherri, I watched the show and I saw the Good Times kids were on your show, and I'm not even sure if they've watched it all the way through. You know, we look for things on social media to be upset about. We couldn't control what they released as a trailer. But one thing it
Right.
did do got everybody's attention because it's one of the highest, most watched trailers ever. Like over 4 million people watched it. But there's a bigger message in it than there is criticism. And all you have to do is open your mind. Like I said, Renata's from Chicago. I'm from Compton. We love our people and would not intentionally hurt them. But there's a big message about what is being done to us and what is still being done to us. And that's why they're still in the projects. Because there are some things that need to be addressed. And if we don't talk about them, nobody does.
Nobody does. I got you.
Couple more.
I know you want to. Can I please ask this question before I forget? And I know you're gonna read from the comments, but if I don't, I'm gonna forget. Because you said #fabulous50s. Another thing that I love. Wake up, Kym.
I was just about to bounce to go to the bathroom. Go ahead.
Go to the bathroom.
You got a urinal. You got a urinal right in the
No,
chair.
I don't. I did that during the panel, Sherri. During the panel, I got up and went to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
I know you told
me.
Alyson, I know you must have been horrified.
Better than in your chair.
They had a Q&A panel, and Kym got up in the middle of the panel and said, I got to go pee, and went to the bathroom. And I said, I know at that moment, Alyson said, what just happened with the girl I hired?
Fabulous.
Wait, it was for the mayor of LA. Karen Bass was there. And she
in front of the mayor.
In front of the mayor, front row center. And I thought she was joking. Although the comic in me loved the commitment that she went all the way out. And we were like, okay. Poor Ryan Michelle Bethea was like, okay, next question. It was
because
later.
This was the same girl who came out in her drawers at the pool when you was at Wanda Sykes' house.
Thank you. With all
Why
them
would you expect differently? What are y'all talking about? I cut off. I told you Yvette Nicole Brown was going on with her. You know, she be all political and militant, and I started cracking on jokes in the middle of her stuff.
Oh, I know Yvette wanted to slap your ass. You did. And this is what I love because, and y'all love each other. You do. Yvette Nicole Brown is excellent. Tisha Campbell, amazing. Kym, you're hysterical. But what I love, Alyson, is these are women who are of a mature, seasoned age. You did not do a sitcom, which everybody does, about women in their hot 30s or hot 20s. You made this. These are seasoned, grown-ass women. What made you decide to do the age that you did, where you had grown women?
Well, I've been trying to do it before. So when the opportunity presented itself, I jumped at it, that it was okay to do that, that that's what they wanted, that people were looking for. And I was like, of course, we ain't dead yet. And me and my
Yes.
friends, we
Thank you.
still have, we have to remember we are a certain age because we don't think and feel like that. We still living our lives, So
Yes.
people had to know, look, for everything that Black women have done for this country in the past decades, going back and beyond, they weren't doing that in their 20s. Stacey Abrams wasn't 20 years old when she fought for Georgia.
Come
It's
on.
just we, Harriet Tubman wasn't 20. you know, it's just
Facts.
we need to recognize these women at this age, all women at this age, because we don't just disappear after we become mothers and grandmothers. We're still highly functioning and keeping everything together, to be quite honest. Black
I'm gonna
women
tell you
deserve it.
something. And props to you for recognizing that and writing for our for our age. The show's called Act Your Age, streaming
Right.
right now on Netflix. And you use three grown ass women to play these roles, these characters on Act Your Age. And that was the first thing that hit me. I was like, I see me reflected in these women, and it was really nice. And I know a lot of women tuned in, and it's not just for women, but that was one of the things, because women, we seasoned, we're viable, we sexy, we horny, we look, and it's, things are just, we got age, we got wisdom on us, and we got experience, and you put all of that into Act Your Age. So thank you, because I think a lot
Well,
of us sometimes feel, who are our age, sometimes women feel unseen and not acknowledged. So to watch these three powerhouses who, frankly, if they were in their 20s, they couldn't have pulled this off. Kym Whitley,
Right. They
Tisha
couldn't.
Campbell,
here,
They
Yvette.
couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford it.
well, I will say I had to have a talk with the casting director who kept pitching me these young women. And I was like, no. And she said, well, they
Yeah.
could play older. I said, they don't want to play older. And why would I
No.
do that? Honestly, I don't think anybody who's younger than 40 is worth their salt in the kind of things I want to do. And I wanted the women who were doing it, not only the women, but the directors behind it, to
Yeah.
have some maturity and some life experience behind them so that we all knew where it's coming from. And I didn't have to explain it over and over,
Yeah.
to somebody who didn't.
Do you, when you write, and Chris, I'm gonna let you go back to questions and comments because I know it's excitement in there. But when you write, like you're talking about your daughter and boundaries between your daughter and you, do you use a lot, like when a person wants to write, what's the best material? Do you use your life experience in these scripts?
Every single bit of it. Nothing is off limits because I feel like I write from emotion and I write from what I experience, or I write from a story that another writer has told me in the room. And I want to make the emotional connection to it. It's not just about funny. I always say they show up for the jokes, but they stay for the heart. So if I can connect to a story, that's where I go. I am famous for killing people off in an episode because my first experience, I did it in Born Again Virgin, and I did it in this show, not to the extent I did on Born Again Virgin, but my
Yeah.
experience with grief was life altering. And I know it's, if you haven't yet, people will experience. So it's a shared experience. And those are things that I can really sink my teeth into. So
Okay.
I want you to recognize the people you see on screen. If it's not you, it's an auntie or your mama or a sister, but somebody, that you feel connected to. I think those are the best characters. The flawed, funny, heartfelt character.
I love it. Now, Chris, because I've interrupted enough, I just love talking to writers and really great writers, like Alyson Fouse. Y'all got to Act Your Age on Netflix streaming now. Kym would like you, is challenging you to have some viewing parties with your girlfriends, which would be great. Take pictures, videos, post it. Hashtag Netflix, hashtag Act Your Age, hashtag Funny 50s, hashtag Wine Wednesdays, whatever hashtag you want to put. But most importantly, hashtag Act Your Age and hashtag Netflix, because we want this to be trending and we want to get Netflix's attention. We're so grateful that they put you on so the entire world can see, but we want to see more episodes. I want to get some more brain power of Alyson Fouse and your writers to write some more episodes. You cut me off in the middle of an orgasm when the show didn't come back. I need to get my feeling back. So come on, give me some questions, give me some comments, y'all.
Well, I just gotta kind of wipe my brow a little bit after that. Boy, Mocha has a good question, and I'm going to follow it up with a question that's piggybacking on that question for Alyson.
Okay.
And also, if you all want to follow Alyson on Instagram at Alyson Fouse, and we can pop that up here in just a second.
And
Mocha,
that's with the Y. Alyson with the Y. Yes, Alyson.
Yep.
And one L.
Right there. You can
L.
see it on the screen there, as we love to have our Instagram handles up there. Mocha, were you ever in journalism? How did you become a professional writer? And then DG has a question that comes after that. And how do you get a script picked up? So there's three questions there.
That's a very good question.
Were you ever a journalist? How did you become a professional writer? And how do you get a script picked up?
I was not a journalist. I did, for the amount of college that I was in, I worked at CSULB, so I got to take classes for $3 a semester, and I took advantage of that. I worked myself up to junior level before I quit the job and left the school. So no, I do appreciate journalists that I meet now as writers, but no, I was not. I just studied creative writing. I got my start by chance. There was a radio station at 92.3 The Beat. Sherri, you know who they are.
Yes.
Back when John London and the House Party used to do
London
those.
and the House Party.
Yes. I out of nowhere just faxed them a sketch because I've been a writer my whole life. So I faxed them a sketch, and Dennis, who worked on the show, called me and said, look, we don't hire outside writers, but John thought this was funny and we'll pay you freelance for every sketch. And it was like, whatever they could do, like $50 a pop, but you couldn't have told me I didn't make it. And I did a sketch about a douche that offended my mother so bad. I knew it was funny, but I was doing that for about a month, and Keenen Ivory Wayans had started up his late night show. He heard the sketch, or one of the sketches, called the radio station and wanted to know who I was. They gave him information. His executive producer called me and wanted me to come down. And I was like, okay. So, because look, I'm from LA, but I lived in Compton most of my life and hadn't moved out to the Valley until later. So I knew nothing about how Hollywood worked. So I went to meet this woman, Shauna Gar, never forget her name. She talked real fast. She said, okay, we need monologue, we need bumpers, we need sketches, we need this. I said, okay, what is a bumper? Like, I didn't even know what she was talking about. Luckily, the show premiered that night. So I left there, got a bunch of newspapers and magazines, watched the show that night, and picked up Keenan's voice, which is something I didn't even know I could do until Keenan pointed that out. I wrote a monologue, I wrote some more sketches, and faxed it to him because I'm that old. And Shauna called me on a Saturday. I had just left the dentist, and she said, you need to come down here now. Keenan wants to talk to you now. Okay, let me change. No, you need to come down. So I'm in like t-shirts and shorts. I went down there. Shauna threw me in a room with, I swear, at least 14 or 15 guys.
Oh my God.
They started playing the dozens and talking shit. Well, they didn't know that I had a bunch of male cousins and I could give as good as I could take. So I started going back and forth with them, and they was like, oh, okay, I guess she's cool, you know. And then we went into this huge room, which I now know is a writer's room, sat around this big table, and we're sitting there still talking shit. And Keenan walks in. And I thought, oh, he is fine. Like, I was just stunned to see a star. And he saw me and he came over and shook my hand and welcomed me to the room. Then he sat down at the head of the table and people started to pitch. And I thought they were like being like my uncle, just telling funny stories. I had a bunch of uncles and they would sit around and try to make each other laugh. So when it was funny, I laughed. When it wasn't, I was like, okay, whatever. And then I realized it was coming around to me. And it got to me. And I thought, I can't be funny in front of Mr. in living color. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I took the sketches that I had and I said, oh, this one is funny. And I slid it down the table. You can see every man in that room sucking their breath like, ooh, that's not good. So Keenan, to his credit, he took the sketch, he read it, he said, you're right, that is funny. And called on the next guy who stood up like he was in a Broadway play. And something told me, ooh, that's not good. You shouldn't do that. But after the pitch meeting, Keenan came around, shook my hand again. He said, welcome to the team. And that Saturday, I had a desk and a computer. And right from there, I went to the producer's office. And he told me how much I would make a week. Sherri, the top of my head blew off. I didn't hear him, but I was raised right, so I didn't want to correct the man. And then he said it again, and I was just in shock. So I left and I called my mother and told her what happened. And she said, Alyson, what does he expect for you to do for that kind of money? What does he expect you to do? I said, Mama, for that kind of money, ain't too much I won't do. And
Alyson Fouse, everybody.
that was my story of how I got into the business. You know, I know the stories vary, and sometimes I feel bad because I don't have a waitress story as far as it pertains to the business. But we hit the ground running. When the show ended, he called me for a Scary Movie. Then we did Scary Movie 2. Then David said he needed a woman in the room, and I went and did Wife and Kids. And I met Wanda Sykes on Keenan's show, and she called, and I went and did her show from Wife and Kid. So it's just like I hit the ground running, and I kind of never stopped. And luckily, I didn't know better. I didn't know how hard, and to your credit, a daily show is. And that was my first gig. And it wasn't until the show ended that I was so tired. I swear, I felt like I slept for 2 days. And Keenan called me. He said, okay, what you got? And I started pitching to him. Oh, okay, so this one sketch. And he said, I'm just kidding. I'm doing this movie and I want you to come join me. So,
Wow.
I mean, I owe everything to those Wayans. I love them to death. You know, I'm always loyal to them, try to support everything. I don't get to see them as much, but I'm so grateful that they were the first people that I dealt with in this business. Because that sense of family really, I think, kept me together.
You know,
Amazing.
Kym, I'm sorry because you don't get to speak often. What did you want to say?
What was she doing in the bathroom?
No, stupid. She said you don't get to speak often. I'm sorry. Shut up.
Because in the middle of Alyson telling the most awesome story, Kym gets up, turns her butt to the camera, and walks off. I said, I can't even believe it. Now, Alyson, Kym been gone for about 6 weeks. I've been doing a podcast by myself and with different guests. Everybody misses Kym. So this is Kym's grand debut back on the podcast. Back to the same damn shenanigans, like she ain't never left. She actually got up and walked off. I said, I think this is becoming a trend with Kym, walking off sets and walking off.
Every time Alyson is around, I get up and walk off.
And just left.
I
But I do
apologize.
want to say, Alyson, that is what it shows me. And like you said, no, you don't have the story how you toiled and you was a waitress and you didn't have money, you had to live in your car. That's some people's story. But your story to me is you took the initiative and just sent in a sketch to a radio show. You had never written anything before, but you did something. And the fact that you were thrown into rooms and scenarios that you hadn't known anything about, you just went with the flow. You trusted your gut. You didn't know. You slid the paper across the table. You didn't know, but you did it. You said
Yeah.
yes through the
Yeah.
opportunities that presented itself. When the lady said, "You got to come now," you went in a t-shirt and shorts. You just said yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's love it.
Yeah.
That you
You
didn't
have to
know
do
any
that.
better.
I didn't know any better. And I feel like I got angels watching me because I have a friend, Michael Anthony Snowden, who was a writer on the show before I got
I know
there.
Michael. Yes.
Michael, he's incredibly talented. But Michael told me, because like I said, I was so shocked. I didn't know what to do. We were down in Keenan's dressing room one day. He came in there without a shirt, and I was like, did somebody turn the heat up in here? Like, I just didn't know how to deal with it. So Michael pulled me aside. He said, look, Keenan fires people. So you need to speak up. He likes you, but you need to speak up. So the very next meeting they had, and I was for a long time the only woman in the room. In a lot of my career, I've been the only woman, and for the majority of it, the only Black woman for years. So Michael said, look, you need to speak up because Keenan will fire people. So I was like, oh, that's all you had to say. So the next meeting we had, being men, they talking about women, and hold on, well, you said you guys cussed.
Yeah,
So
we
Keenan
cuss.
was that it was hard when he was dating because women would suddenly date him and become virgins. Like they would be, oh, I don't do that. Oh, I'm so nice. I was like, shit. If I had met you, I'd have fucked you like it was an audition.
And you said that.
I said that. And that was the day we broke the ice. I became like the head of his monologue team. It was
Wow.
just after that, we were just straight up cool. And I remember one year we went over to his house for Christmas, me and Amber, and the family was there and some friends and stuff. And we were telling stories, and I had my turn. And the first thing my daughter said when we got back into the car, how do you do that? I was like, do what? She said, talk when you had all their attention. Because Marlon, Sean were there, Damon was there, Kym, everybody. And I was like, I just do it. It was weird at first, but I just because we're all just people. We all
Yes.
screw up. We
Yes.
all if you just have to go for it, you can't live your life being afraid. And
Yes.
I got a mouth, and like Wanda says, I have no editor. So stuff comes out. And
Yeah.
sometimes people laugh.
You know
Sometimes
what?
people a lot of times.
I love how much nuggets you're giving because I think that's also people get afraid. Like, what do I say when I'm in the room? And I'm not, and all of these, because sometimes we can get imposter syndrome.
Mm,
And you sit in the room with people who you think they know more than you, they're more important than you. What do you have to offer? What do you have to say? And I love that of opening your mouth and just say it.
yeah,
Is it a trusting in your gut? Is it trusting in who you are, Alyson, that makes you
it
speak
is.
up and just,
Well, my mother was an opinionated woman, and my father was strong enough to love her. The other night I was with Devon Shepherd after we did the panel, and
Mhm.
I used the term imposter syndrome. I can't even remember what we were talking about, and he called me on it. He was like, "You don't have imposter syndrome. I know I don't, and I know you. You don't have it." And I said, "You're right. I was just using a catchphrase. What I have is being in a moment, like we were the other night in front of the mayor, and thinking, I said something and people clap. And I think, but I'm just Alyson. I'm just this
Right.
little girl from Compton. It seems surreal sometimes, but it's not
Yeah.
imposter syndrome. I was growing up in the generation to be young, gifted, and black. That's where it's at. We had all those good songs and encouragement. And I had two strong parents who stood by us and backed us for when we wanted to do something. Now, my mother made sure I knew how to type. She made me take typing over a cooking class. She was like, you can
Oh,
bake a
wow.
cake or you can get somebody to bake a cake for you.
Mm.
And it's just, I give credit to Mabel and Alvin Fouse who raised me to be that way. And that's what I did for my daughter. You pass it on, but speak up, because there's so many missed moments if you don't shoot your shot. There's so many missed moments, and I would
Not
rather
at
Mm.
go
all.
for it. I would rather go for it than have regrets on what could have been.
Yeah, miss.
Ooh, wee. That's so many. And I have to give props
Ooh, I
to
love them.
your
Jack.
girl, Kym Whitley,
Yep.
because as much as I make fun of Kym Whitley for things that she does, like when she gets up and she walks away, when she says, the thing that I admire so much about Kym is her fearlessness, because a lot of people don't have that fearlessness. And Kym says, this is just me and I'm going to do it. And I have marveled, and I've been friends with Kym for so long, but that is one of the things that is so endearing about Kym. Kym will get out there on stage because we go on tour together. I'm a nervous wreck beforehand. I got to pray. I got to go over my set. Kym just goes, I'm just going to go out there, and she will kill, not be prepared, but she's fearless. And that takes you so far. And so you got the right woman to play on Act Your Age, because it's that fear. Even when she's scared, Kym will go
Tell
out there
her,
and just,
Alyson, no, Sherri, I called you. Remember, there was one episode I didn't want to do,
yes.
and Alyson made me do it. It was I had to sing. I didn't do karaoke. I should have gone on too. Right, because Sherri does karaoke, and I should have gone with
Yes.
her. Once I did karaoke, but this was after the episode. I was like, oh, this isn't hard, but I've really never done karaoke until I got with Sherri because she loves it. So remember the one when I'm singing the T-Boz and what's their name, and
What
TLC.
about your friends?
What about your
TLC.
TLC?
What about your friends? And if I would have just let go and been fearless in that moment, it would have been easier. But I was so intimidated by the Broadway divas that were singing with me
Yeah,
that I
Tisha and Yvette can sing. Yeah, Tisha and
and when, no,
Yvette.
no, no, it wasn't even them. Tell her it was Tisha and Yvette.
Valerie,
That's real.
Valerie Pettiford was
Yeah,
one. Yes.
Oh my gosh,
That's what she
Valerie
was worried about.
Pettiford.
right.
Yeah.
And
She's a good
and another
friend, and
young
I
lady.
called her. Yes. I feel horrible, but I'm bad with
Yeah,
names.
but
She was
she
on
was
the
another one.
Upshaw. So funny. She was on the Upshaw. She played Regina's boss.
Oh,
I
okay.
know.
Oh,
I didn't know
I'm
that.
gonna have to look
But
that
it
up.
doesn't
I'm gonna
matter.
have
Look it up.
yeah.
She could sing too.
She's hilarious.
Alyson was like, Kym, just do it.
Dana Dooley.
Then Dana
Yes.
Dooley.
Yes.
Yes.
Love her.
Thanks, Chris.
They do you understand? I have all of that in the room. And I can't keep a beat, right? And they played so bad. If they'd have done it like real karaoke, but they had to turn the music down, so I can't hear the lines. I can't hear the words. I can't hear nothing. I got to do it on my own. Horrible episode. I don't even watch that episode. I fast forward through that
Oh,
part. No,
it's so
can't do
good.
it.
But I
What
felt
about
bad
you?
because I knew Kym was nervous, and I was like, "I'm there for you. It's karaoke. It's fine if it's bad. It's supposed to be bad." And then my daughter went into labor, and I had to
Yes,
leave.
yes,
You had to leave.
I
she
had to
did.
leave, and Kym had to shoot it without me. But
Kym,
she did a good job.
Kym, that's an appropriate reason to leave a room.
Yeah, it was painful.
But
was painful.
sometimes though, Kym, every time you're not fearless. But the ratio, if you can get more times than not, then you're good. Because we're not perfect. So you're not
Well,
perfectly
no,
fearless.
you're right, because you were fearless on that Jennifer Hudson. When I saw you singing at the end of Jennifer Hudson, you was fearless and off. I was like, oh.
That's a new T-shirt.
Fearless and off. But that doesn't bother me because I love to sing and I always wish I was a singer. So in my head, I'm a singer. I just karaoke. It didn't. I came up with that idea to sing with karaoke with Jennifer Hudson, because I always wanted to do it. So for me, I would have loved it, knowing I can't sing Valerie Pettiford and all the singers. I'd have been perfectly off. But that's not stepping out of my comfort zone. But I'm saying you had to step out of your comfort zone. But there more times than not, Kym, you are fearless, which is why people love you so much, because you go to places that most of us are scared to go to. And you're not anybody. You tell me you get up in the middle of a freaking Q&A in front of the mayor of Los Angeles to go to the bathroom and be fearless and not care about what people think. Kym, you got bougie people who are at the mayor's house. This is a fifth graduate in art who's an inventor who always said, Alyson, everybody in Kym's family, they're architects, they're lawyers, they're doctors, and Kym is a comic. There's a reason why God made you a comic, but you are fearless, and I love what Alyson had you step out of your comfort zone in this role, because you didn't get to be like Tisha. You had to step out, and it was lovely. Every time I watch you and act your age, your performance is lovely. It's so good, Alyson. And y'all, it's Act Your Age on Netflix. It's streaming now. Please take a picture, a shot of you watching it with your feet in the camera. Be like Kym, and hashtag Act Your Age, hashtag Netflix, and put it up there how much you like it. Put it in your stories. Support this show that is so
call somebody
amazing.
Across the country and tell them to watch it. Yes.
It stars Kym Whitley, Tisha Campbell, the lovely, brilliantly funny Tisha Campbell, Yvette Nicole Brown. These are three. When I tell
Nate
you,
Anderson and Mariah Robinson.
Just and these two young ones, they're newcomers, and we love them. But these three ladies are carrying this show, and they did it exquisitely.
I want to make a comment from the audience. So Kym's eyeliner she has some white on the bottom. So Kym, when you squint your eyes, it looks like your eyes are rolled back into your head, and people are scared, and they're like, "Kym, just go rest. Go away, Kym. We love you." So that's something. And it's literally just a little bit. It looks like your eyes are rolled back into your head.
Kym loves to put that white eyeliner on and look like an alien from another planet.
So when I do this?
Yes.
A little more of a, there's an angle. Yeah, they're more like that. But yeah. We have a question from Sherrell if you want it.
Oh. Yes, we'd love to hear from Sherrell.
Alyson, how do you keep Kym corralled? Oh yeah. How do you keep it going while you're shooting during the filming of Act Your Age?
You know what's funny? I realized that Kym and my oldest granddaughter were the same sign. And they have so much in common. And it was one day she was doing a car scene, and I was trying to give Kym a note, and she just kept talking. And I literally had to grab her and say, "Kym." And she's, "Huh?" Like I wasn't even standing there before. And I was like, I have a 9-year-old granddaughter that I have to do the same thing with. Sometimes you have to get her attention or touch her or something, because she is off in her own world. And Lord, if she goes on a tangent, she's gone. You really have to, Kym, square up. Come on. Okay, that was great. That was fantastic. But she'll do something great and then keep moving on. And I'm like, hold up. But yeah, it takes a village. It really
Alyson, Alyson,
So
we have learned on this show. We're gonna give you, if you gotta corral Kym, take your keys like
Yep.
this.
Michael J. White taught us this.
Michael J. White taught us this with Kym. Shake them like that.
He that was his trick while directing her. Yeah.
And it'll get her back to where she need to be. Carry these with you whenever you deal with Kym. Shake them and put it down, and she'll be just, you get her attention.
Alyson said he would just shake his keys on the set and shake it to get my attention.
And Kym, literally on the podcast, Kym was acting a fool with that ADHD. Her mom, when she was in her car seat, when she was a baby, her mother put her on the cocktail table, and the car seat fell off, and Kym fell on her face. And then her mother picked up the car seat and put it back on the table, said she all right. So the residuals is come back at times. So Kym has her ADHD. But Michael J. White was on promoting his show. This is Kym's cousin. And Kym was looking off and all over the place. He took his keys and he said, Kym. And all of a sudden she was like this, huh? Came back. I ain't never seen nothing like it. So use your keys.
Ooh,
like
something
this.
shiny.
Something shiny. It don't even have to be keys. Something shiny.
Alyson said, ooh, I'm shiny.
that's who you are. That's who you are.
It's incredible. I'm so happy to see she's like that on set too, because you'll take it personal.
Oh, yeah.
You take it personal, Sherri, don't you? You're like, oh man, she hates me.
Yeah, we do take it personal.
Yeah.
She's that way.
Hilarious.
You know what? Also, I've had golden retrievers.
Oh.
Like in the movie, they go, ooh, squirrel. You know, like squirrel. That's Kym. They're adorable and they're distractible.
They in their tail.
Yeah.
Squirrel. Ooh, squirrel. Oh God, that is hilarious.
We have to let Alyson and Kym go because Alyson's tired.
Okay.
I know Alyson's tired. And I know Kym is exhausted
I'm
because she's
about
been
to
running.
go, and I'm about to go turn on Act Your Age, to be honest with you.
Because I'm going to go do it too.
Yeah.
But can we have a few more questions or comments for
Absolutely.
Alyson?
So the live chat is filled with key emojis. So everybody's looking out for you, Kym. They really want to help you out. What's up, Joshua? There he is.
Bend down and say hi. You know my show, Act Your Age? Yep, there go Alyson. She created it. You've met her before. You say Auntie Sherri?
Yeah.
When you come back to St. Louis, Joshua?
I don't know.
Oh, that's Chris.
Yeah.
He lost his grill, Chris.
I was going to say, Miss Robbie got you a grill. I was hoping you'd still had it.
Oh, good. You took a shower?
Oh, boy. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
He
good.
getting
We
on
got
Kym. You don't
we got a test. Oh, no, he's smelling really
be
good.
asking that on. You can't be asking that on.
Oh, you can't do that.
No.
Black Women Amplified says you all need to do a show about making the show.
Oh.
I think we're doing it now. It's a great
That's a good
podcast.
one.
I'll say that. AJ, Kym, what's your favorite moment about filming Act Your Age?
Wow, my favorite moment. Oh gosh, there were a lot of moments when filming the show because it was so much fun. But the wardrobe on the show was impressive.
Yeah, it was.
It was impressive to be able to go and dress in things that I could never afford or probably wouldn't want to buy. That's because I'm cheap. That was a lot of fun, but I really, it's hard to say your favorite moments because it was like going to a family reunion every day. You look forward to going to the set, but it was probably, I would say, at the end of the show, the final day, the final shot, and we all got to make speeches and to hear, Alyson talk about because it happened so fast. We worked so hard. We were filming 2 episodes a week, so we had no time for playtime. You're learning your lines. We get a little couple laughs here and there, but when you got to exhale, that final day, that final frame, that final shot was probably my favorite because I was like, oh God, it was so much, it was a lot of work. But when you got to hear the speeches and the appreciation from the crew, from our producers and the tears and the just how much fun this journey was. I would say that was my favorite.
Wow.
It was a lot of tears and snot. And I remember thinking, um, okay, I don't want to cry, so I'll just look at Kym. I turned to Kym, and Kym's boo-hooing. I was like, it's over.
Mm.
I'm done. I just knew Kym was gonna either be making a joke or something. It was. I still have that video, Kym. It's amazing to watch because
Wow.
she talked about the wardrobe. She would come to me every day when she was looking good. You sure you want me to wear this? I was like, yeah, Kym, you're a successful woman. Okay, I thought they gave me the wrong dress. She, I mean, she played a hooker. She played all kind of people,
Yeah.
and she had never been treated like a main character, and I love seeing that on her, on all of them. It was fantastic.
Yes.
It was really good.
You're such a, this success, Alyson, couldn't happen to a more deserving person because you've been in the trenches a long
Yes.
time. And one of the other things I want to ask you, because when you were talking about your story of, Keenan coming and asking you to be on, the movie, then you went and worked on other TV shows. Did you then have to kind of you came from writing sketches. Did you have to pivot and learn how to write in a sitcom format, in a movie format?
Yeah,
And
for
would you ever like to
everyone.
write a drama also?
I have a drama spec that I wrote years ago, but I wrote Big Shot, which was a 1 hour format, and the first season was more drama than comedy. So I have dabbled in that world. But as far as sitcom was concerned, on Damon's show, My Wife and Kids, I was
Yeah.
blessed to work with Don Rio. And I joke,
Don Rio. Wow.
that Don Rio has been writing since the test pattern because
Wow.
he knows sitcom front and back. It was the best teacher I could have had. So, aside from growing up and you get the rhythm of sitcoms just watching them as a kid, Don Rio made me understand why things work and what moved the story along, and what was necessary and what wasn't. So that was a very valuable education that I say grounded my sitcom work from then on, and then again, repetition and practice sharpens skills. And for the most part, I've got to work with some really amazing people. Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing because I've seen a lot as Kym. I've seen a lot of scripts because I've worked a lot, especially sitcoms, and so I have come across and I've told Kym bad scripts where I'm like, this is lazy writing. I can't stand lazy writing. Where you look at a script and I'm going, I got to put everything on this to bring the funny out, and
You gotta push
I
the
could so
joke.
you
Yep.
got to push the joke. I am one for I like to read it, and it's so crafted well that I just bring myself but I can uplift these words. I love when something is written well, but you had another thing you're saying, another gem. You had a mentor. Mentors are so important in this
Yes.
journey that we are on, and you had somebody who taught you ebb and flow and groove of a sitcom, because there is a groove of a sitcom, and who taught you why things work and how you move a show forward, which I never even thought about in sitcom or in writing. We got to have you back because I love to do a master class with you, because I've always wanted to write, but it's been a big fear. Kym knows this. It's been a big
Yep.
fear of writing. So that's why I'm so.
But you started. But you have started. You have started.
I
with some
start, but
ideas.
then I get into it and I stop because I get scared. Because
Yep.
I deal with is I think that my what I have up here is not worthy enough to put on the page. I think that when you said people have to read your stuff, I go, I don't know if I trust somebody to read it, and I go, who told you could ever be a writer? So I never do it. But I love listening to people stories about how they do it. So
That
that's what I have
surprises
to
me.
pass.
That surprises me because you're so talented. And, I always say fear and faith can't live in the same place. So you have to
Yeah.
decide which one you're going to use. And then I learned a quick way to get out of that fear is my favorite saying is fuck it. Like you get it.
I'm a huge fan of Alyson Fouse. Like, geez, you are fantastic.
Thank you. But the first Bring It On movie I wrote, I had to go in and pitch. And Patty Jackson, who I love to this day, I went in with her. She said,
Patty
okay,
Jackson.
Patty Jackson works at Universal, or worked. She's retired now. I went in to pitch, and she said, okay, there's a room full of people, and they never laugh, but just go ahead. And I was like, that's the last thing you tell a person in comedy, that the people you're about to see never laugh. And she walked on and went in, and I'm standing there, and fuck it. So I went in, and again, one of those big round tables, about 8 people, white people, mostly men, are staring at me. And I go, okay, well, I was nervous, but I said, okay, I'm going to read my pitch because I don't want to leave anything out or not remember something.
All right, we got Kym distorting. Sherri's fighting a poltergeist.
Wait, hold on,
Alice. Someone call the authorities.
Sorry.
Oh, do you want us to put up the Sherri, do we need to put up the Instagram for a second?
No, it's okay. Wait, hold on. I gotta disappear for me. Hold on.
Let's put the big Instagram handles up for a second, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, we'll read some live chat, and we won't keep all the way big, please. Follow all of our great guests. Sherrell was fantastic, by the way. Amazing culture, Fedora. If you're posting on Instagram, wherever, X, Facebook, tag Netflix that you're watching this great show, Act Your Age. And if you're on Instagram, you can follow at Alyson Fouse and at Two Funny Mamas, and obviously Kym and Sherri as well. I had a couple comments I wanted to get to. People, Wise Lolly and Tamara, both think that due to Sherri's talking, she would make an amazing writer. Alyson, is that what you were thinking?
You can put me back on screen now. Sorry, Alyson.
I mean, I've watched her, and she's talented, and she's expressive, and she's so naturally funny.
Yes.
And look, why I know you can write? Because you do that damn talk show every day, and you made your blog fit you your own way. And I know that's hard.
Can you please finish telling your fucking story? You walked in there and there were men sitting around. I had a little incident in my house, but you were in there. It was a room full of men.
Yeah, room full of white men looking at me. And I'm sitting at the end of the table, and she had told me,
I can't breathe.
Bitch, shut up.
With a straight face, she told me
Okay, go
they
ahead.
never laughed. She said they never
with a
laughed.
straight face.
With a straight face, she said they never laughed. So I said, okay, fuck it. I went in there and sat down and saw this audience of white people looking at me. And I'm going to read from my pitch so I don't forget something. I started reading, and within a minute, they laughed. And
really?
I thought, oh, I got you motherfuckers now. And my confidence. You know what that first laugh is like? It takes away all the jitters and all the fears. And I was like, I was into it then. I pitched it. And when I finished, the boss said, because I came in there and told him I was nervous and I'm not great at pitching. He said, don't ever tell anybody you're not good at pitching anymore. That was one of the best stories I've heard.
Oh, wow. What a wonderful.
That's the day I learned to say fuck it.
Fuck it. I love
You
it.
know,
Kym is dying, she says, and her internet froze, and she's
Her
absolutely
internet froze.
losing it. I know it's been a long show. This has been absolute gold. Sherri,
It has been wonderful. Alyson Fouse, you are absolutely a gem. And no matter what, please watch At Your Age, which Alyson Fouse created. It's on Netflix right now. It's streaming. You can go watch it right now, which I'm about to do. But just excited to see what's in the making, what else is in the mind of Alyson Fouse, and what you're going to be bringing to the table. I cannot wait because you are extraordinary.
thank you.
I
Thank
wanted
you.
to.
I really,
Alyson, please finish.
no, I was just saying I really appreciate it. It's good to see your face, Chris.
Well, you can see the appreciation. If you want to reenact any of those times, I will be a white audience for you anytime you need.
Oh,
So
yeah.
just let me know. And Sherri's, this is the part of the show where it's Chris Denman, the white dude in St. Louis, interviewing people on a show called Two Funny Mamas. Alyson Fouse. We can do this real quick. I saw a couple versions of this, and I think it's fair as we get ready to leave. Outside of At Your Age, are you currently working on anything that folks should know about, or anything that's got you passionate, or that will get you to say the F word like 3 more times?
I'm developing some stuff with a few people. Nothing I can really speak on as of yet, but I just want to create more stories for women and stories we can relate to and celebrate ourselves. That's my goal. I wrote for men for a long time, and I think now it's time to tell our stories.
Well, you're killing it, and Sherri and Kym are doing their thing too. And I do want to tell people Sherri's going to be in Tacoma, Washington. Nate Jackson,
That's right.
super funny comedy club. Check this out. Here you go, Sherri. Pay attention. Here you go. Sherri Shepherd in Tacoma. Nate Jackson. You make it blow it all the way up. Come on.
Oh, and I also want to tell them June 14th and 15th.
That's where
Kym and I. Oh, can I say something? Yeah. Go to sherrishowtv.com for tickets. I'm ordering an apple. They didn't gave me rotten apples. I just ordered from that daggone DoorDash. I'm so mad. But Kym and I also will be in Martha's Vineyard. If anybody happens to be in Martha's Vineyard, August, the second week of August, Two Funny Mamas. We're going to be performing, so you got to get your tickets. Kym, do you know the website for Martha's Vineyard?
I'll find it for you right now. But if you just Google my friend Mia Jackson, I feel like I bring her up every other week. She was like, "Hey, why am I not on this?" And she brought this up today as we were talking about Martha's Vineyard. And is Damon Williams still booking everything?
Yes, yeah, but it's already booked. But that's not to say he won't book her.
Martha's Vineyard Comedy Fest, or marthasvineyardcomedy.com, Sherri.
So it's Kym and I. We're together.
Was that Dexter?
That was me. I'm getting over a cold.
You getting over a lot of things, but go watch At Your Age. It's streaming. We got to let Alyson go get some sleep because we've kept Alyson for 2.5 hours.
Damn.
Wow.
We love you, Alyson.
That was a real disappointment in Allison's voice. Wow.
And watch the Sherri Show. We just had Escape and SWV on.
It was
Dougie
good.
Fresh. Dougie Fresh was just there. And we've been having some Frida Payne. Thank you, Frida Payne. We have Frida Payne on the show. I wanted to give her flowers.
Couple
I love
pictures if I got them.
to be able to have folks on there that you wouldn't typically see. Susan Taylor from Essence came on the show.
Wait, when did you have Susan on?
She came on last week. I wanted to give her flowers. Frida Payne came on the show. She was in her books. People have been buying her books. Susan Taylor said folks have been calling her worldwide. So that's Frida Payne. If y'all remember when Frida Payne, a Band of Gold, came on the show, she has her book. So we have a lot of people coming on the show. And I'm thank you y'all for watching, because I always have Two Funny Mamas fans in the audience. And Kym, they miss you, and we've missed you, and we're so glad that you're back with your shenanigans.
I'm happy to be back, but it sure would be nice if you mentioned what you binge watching.
Act Your Age on Netflix. Y'all, if you could have some
I
parties.
bet, no.
hashtag.
I've been on the Sherri Show.
Oh,
You tell Peter. Oh.
Oh, you want me to mention it on the show?
Yeah,
I
you
can
like,
do
you
that.
know what? I'm binge watching Act Your Age on Netflix. And, you know, I've been doing this and doing that. You just throw it on out there real quick, slick like.
I ain't got to throw nothing out there. You know they love you, Kym.
They do. Tell them thank you. Throw that out there because you got a lot of people watching. You know what I was shocked about? And I'm just going to ask this out loud. Alyson.
Yes.
Why didn't B. Simone post for us? She got 12 million followers.
Kym.
Okay.
That's the question for B. Simone. I don't try to police nobody's page or story. You know, the ask was made, but she might not check it all the time. I know she's traveling a lot. She flew in from London to do it.
Okay,
So
let me
maybe-
shut up. Okay. You're right. I
Yeah.
forgot she did fly in from London to do that for us. Okay.
I
shut my
told
mouth.
you. It's a
You
lot
did.
of reasons, but you can't. Why are you asking Alyson? Call up and ask Simone. Friggin'.
First of
What
all,
are you doing?
see,
Don't be putting
I'm
Alyson on
first-
the spot.
it's my first day back, and you gonna act like this, Sherri?
No, I'm saying don't be putting Alyson in no position. Where that keychain at? Shake that damn keychain.
Kym, she's gonna put you back in the hostage room with the gray chair, with the gray couch.
God.
We had a hostage video from Kym last week. Maybe we should end the show with that this week too. It was pretty funny.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Alyson, you've been amazing.
Thank you, Alyson. You've been wonderful. I'm about to go watch
Welcome.
Act Your Age. Thank you,
Me
fans.
too.
I'm happy to be back. Two Funny Mamas people. I'm really happy to be back. I missed you being on here. So thank you
I'm
for
gonna
holding
watch
it down.
Act Your Age as well.
Yeah.
It's
We
really
got you,
fun. I
Alyson.
appreciate it. Thank you
All
so much. You guys are great.
Thank you. Spread the word.
Are we all
Alyson,
saying bye?
We have won 2 NAACP Image Awards for this art over here.
Trust me, I know.
Walking off the set, Negroes walking in the back of my house. We done won awards.
Award!
Sure.
Awards. We didn't beat out many folks. I'm gonna tell you something
Yep.
with this podcast.
With this foolishness right here.
This foolishness here. And this one, I think we're gonna submit this one for the next.
We've had a few
I think this-
suggestions.
This is brilliant. Uh-huh.
It's good.
So we did it. We had a
Alyson and leveled us up and took us to a whole nother level.
She did. She did with that master class. Okay.
showrunner for Two Funny Mamas, Alyson Fouse. Thanks to Sherrell Anderson at Ahmazing, Culture, Fedora, Kym Whitley, Sherri Shepherd, anybody else. Thank you for tuning in. You had so many people tonight. Sherri, Kym, you want to say goodnight? We'll log off.
I'll let
All right.
Kym do
Good
the
night, y'all.
outro.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
All right. Good to be back.
That's all you can
Thank
say?
you. Thank you for watching it. Hey. Quit
Alyson, hit
barking.
me up. Let's do a Act Your Age watch party live stream. I think you all should do that.
We should do
Do
that.
it.
Thank you for
We
watching and listening to Hey, I'm trying to do my out. Thank you for watching.
Tell your date to quiet down.
Oh, wow. Let Alyson do
Damn.
the jokes.
That was
Thank
good,
you for
Chris.
watching.
Thank you, Sherri.
Can I get a clean slate? Thank you for watching and listening to Two Funny Mamas. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Two dope friends, I love the way they do their thing. They digress, don't distress, such a beautiful mess. Two real